Okay, friends, let's get into our activity for today. For today, you're gonna play a game called Least to Most. Again, the game is called Least to Most. And we're gonna use an attribute to play our game. But you have to know this attribute and the different adjectives to describe this attribute in order to play our game. So the attribute for today will be length. Everyone say length. Now, we've been talking about length for a long time, so a lot of you, or all of you, should know what length means. So tell your families, what does length mean? Go ahead, pause the video here and tell your families. Awesome job. High five through the screen. And I'm gonna tell you what length means if you kind of forgot. So length means how long or how short an object is from side to side. Everyone say length. How long or how short from side to side. And there are two different adjectives we can use to describe length. One of them is long. So if something is long, that means there's a lot of distance from one side of the object to the other side. Just like a limousine or a van. They're super long because there's lots of distance from one side of the van to the other side of the van. The word is long. Another adjective to describe length is short. So that means there's a little bit of distance from side to side, just like in a paper clip or maybe someone's lipstick. If you take a lipstick or even like a glue stick, maybe they're like, the length is like this. So there's just a little bit of space from one side to the other side. So now we know our adjectives, long and short, to describe our attribute, length. So now let's get into our game. Okay, friends, so for today's game of least to most, you're gonna need a couple of things. You're gonna need a sheet of paper to record your answer and something to write with because you're gonna get to draw and write. So I'm gonna just grab a marker for today. You can use a pencil or a color pencil or a crayon. And after you get your materials, the next thing you will need to find are 5 different objects. How many different objects? 5 different objects, and then bring them back here. We're gonna put those 5 objects in order from the least length to the most length. So let's see how fast you can find these objects. I'm gonna give you maybe 1 minute to find 5 objects. 1 minute, okay? So we're ready, get set, go! Go look for those objects and come back. And voila! I have my 5 objects that I looked for in my classroom. Oh, oops. And voila! I found 5 objects around my house, and here they are. I have a pen here. I found a ruler. I found my chapstick. I lost this, so I'm glad I found it. I also have my car keys, and since we all have to be super safe, I have my handy dandy face mask too. So now I have my 5 objects, and I'm gonna put them in order from the least length or the shortest to the most length or the longest. So I'm gonna put these things in order from least length to most length. So I'm gonna just take one object and see, which one do I think is the shortest? I think the shortest is my chapstick or my lip balm because it has the smallest distance from one side to the other side. And I'm gonna double check. I'm gonna compare the length of this lip balm to my other objects. So here are my keys. And then here's my lip balm. Which one is the shortest? It's the lip balm because it has the smallest space from side to side. So far, so good. So put the key down. How about my lip balm and my mask? Which one is the shortest? Yeah, you can totally tell the lip balm is the shortest. It still has the smallest space from side to side. How about my ruler? Which object is shorter? Still the lip balm. How about my pen? Which object is shorter? Yeah, still the lip balm. So my lip balm is the shortest object. So I'm gonna draw it. I'm just gonna draw a quick little drawing of my lip balm. It looks like a rectangle with a green square at the end. And I'm gonna label my object, lip balm. And also, take note, I'm going to draw out the length as well. I'm gonna label the length and put shortest. Or I can just put SH, and that stands for short. So now I know the shortest object is my lip balm. And now I'm gonna think, which object is not the shortest, but the longest? Let's see. I think my ruler is the longest object I have. Now let's compare it to the other objects I have. We don't have to compare the lip balm anymore because we know that the lip balm is the shortest. Oops. Now, let's see, how about our pen and our ruler? Which one is longer? Yeah, the ruler is longer because it has more space from side to side. So put the pen to the side for a little bit. How about my keys? Which object is which object is longer, the key or the ruler? It's still the ruler because it has the most distance from side to side. Ooh, how about our mask though? So here's one side of the mask, here's the other side of the mask. Which object is longer now? Do you think it's the mask? Tell your families, why do you think the mask is longer? Yeah, the mask is longer because it has more space from side to side. And since it's longer than the ruler, that means the mask is longer than the ruler, pen, keys, and lip balm. So if it's longer than all of the other objects, that means the mask is the longest. So I'm gonna draw a quick picture of the mask. I'm gonna try my best. Maybe it looks like a rectangle with long string like that. I'm gonna label it mask. Also label the length. Ooh, look at all that space from side to side. And I'm gonna write down longest, or just L for longest. So now I know which object is the shortest, which object is the longest. So I can put those to the side. And now I have to figure out the other three. Let's see. So at the top, it's still the shorter objects, and at the bottom is the longer objects. Would this be right? So it would be lip balm, ruler, keys, and pen. Do you think the ruler is shorter than the keys? No, it's longer. So maybe I should move these two for now. How about the pen? Is the pen longer than the ruler? Or is the pen shorter than the ruler? It's shorter, so maybe I need to move the pen up. Put it here. Is the pen shorter than the marker? No, So I'm gonna keep it just like this. So I just put the rest of my objects in order because I have to keep comparing them to the other ones. So as long as you're comparing them, you'll know which objects are on the shorter side and which objects are on the longer side. Okay, so the next thing I'll have to do is just draw these out. I'm gonna do that right now as you finish your game. So here's my finished game of least to most, and I have a couple of questions for you. I have two questions. One, which object did you find to be the longest? So which object is the longest? How do you know it's the longest? That's my first question. And my second question is, which object did you find to be the shortest? And how do you know that object is the shortest? Make sure you tell your families and post these pictures of your finished work in the comments below. Great job today, friends. Kiss your brain 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice job. Thank you for watching today's daily math activity, and make sure to share your videos and your pictures of today's work in the comments below. And tomorrow is the last day of our Spirit Week for this week. It is Fresh 90s. So your families and all of you can dress up in 90s outfits. And if you don't know what they look like in the 90s, because that was a very long time ago, make sure to go on Google or Pinterest and look up all of those pictures from the 90s to give you some ideas. Okay? So I can't wait to see all your pictures and your outfits for tomorrow. And I'll see you again tomorrow for another daily math activity. Peace out.